everyone, welcome back. I wanted to do a video for you today on some herbalife products or herbalife products that I've been trying, and I tried the 10-day plan. Now I'm not sure if you can get this in the US or anywhere else in the world for that matter. I'm just going to speak from a UK perspective, but I think most of the information is going to be relevant because I'm going to talk, other than price, which won't be relevant, I'm going to be talking about my experience using the product. Now in UK money sterling, it's £45 for a 10-day plan. Now the representative I used did say to me that she was giving me some sort of discount, and she was able to do that because she was using bottles that were 90 tablet bottles, and that she was opening them and decanting obviously the number of tablets I was going to need and things like that. And I don't know if that's true or not. I've got no reason to doubt the honesty of this person. She was recommended to me by somebody else, and I think she seemed like a very honest, genuine person. But I'm just saying, it may be then that it's going to cost you more than £45 if you wanted to try this through a different rep to the one I used. Now you get Flora Fibre, which is a food supplement to do with fibre. You get Fibre Bond, which is with fibre and sodium choleate. I think that's how you pronounce it. And you also get Formula 1, which is the healthy meal nutritional shake mix. I got cappuccino flavour. You can have it hot or cold, and it was nice during the December winter months to have it warmed in a mug and drinking like a cappuccino latte. The Fibre Bond and the Flora Fibre are in tablet form, and you take 3 of these a day. So you take 1 with every meal for your 3 meals a day. Now for the breakfast meal and the lunch, the first 2, you take them half an hour before you're going to eat, and that is with a glass of water. And then in the evening, it doesn't really matter if you have them before or with food, so I've been told. The tablets are this size, they're both the same size as that, so a standard sort of multivitamin capsule size. For the healthy meal shakes like this, it doesn't come with any measuring scoop, so you have to use a tablespoon. It says 2 tablespoons with, I think, 250 millilitres of milk, semi-skimmed milk. Now I must admit I wasn't very precise. I know roughly what 250 millilitres look like. I never measured it out, I just put it in a jar, and I didn't measure the number of grams as well. I just did 2 scoops with a tablespoon. In defence of the product's results, which weren't bad, I'll get to that later, but in defence of that, I will say I did accidentally use too much of the powder. Because I wasn't measuring the number of grams, I was only doing 2 tablespoons. I must have loaded them too high, because this has apparently got enough in, according to the bits on the back, for 11 shakes, whereas you only need 10. So it's 1 extra shake for the 10-day plan, whereas on the 10th day, for the last shake I was using, I actually didn't have enough powder to make that a meal. So I did it for 9.5 days, and then on the 10th day I had the shake for breakfast and I had a soup for lunch, because I'd actually run out of shake powder. So I must have had, over the 9.5 days, 1.5 extra shakes across that whole time. So I don't suppose that would have made a huge amount of difference, but still I think it's fair to mention that. So because it's very rich in protein, it's got a crumbly sort of lumpy texture, not like a milkshake powder traditionally. You can see it clumping up. As a result of that, you can heat too much in, so you may want to actually use a digital scale or something to get the exact number of grams. I don't know, it didn't bother me too much. So flavour wise, I really enjoyed the flavour. I think a critique of it is you have to, these are sealed, and really you wouldn't want, to be consuming something that was unsealed. It was a bit of a risk for me to do it with the tablets, but obviously it was a friend of a friend. I think you'd be concerned if you were buying, say, tablets from online, for example. You wouldn't need as many as 90 what come in here, and if it came in it was already opened, I think that would be a concern. But with these, it's sealed. And it would, my critique is, it would be nice if they came in smaller packages, so over the 10 days you could have half of one flavour and half of another, and it would be nice to have like cappuccino for the breakfast and then maybe a strawberry one or something at lunchtime. So it was a bit annoying to have cappuccino for both breakfast and lunch, because it's the same. It sort of highlights the feeling of the fact that you're not eating because you're just having this and nothing else, whereas if you had 2 different flavours you might be able to mask that, you know, the sensation of starving yourself, which is a sensation that maybe not everyone experiences, but I did. I'll just mention something about the tablets. I did show you one and said that they were the same size. I checked again, and one is slightly bigger, so those are the 2 sizes that you get. Now I've had positive and mainly positive effects from it, so I'll just give you an idea of the results. So I was told that I would lose between 7 and 9 pounds roughly, and I anticipated that because I was told that, and it wasn't the case. I was doing a exercise boot camp whilst I was doing this for the 10 days, but I only went to the boot camp twice during that 10-day period because once during that 10-day period, because I only was going to boot camp once a week, and I'd actually missed a session because I had a cold. So I assume that's impacted it, but I can't imagine how it would impact it so much. But what had happened is I only lost 4 pounds, but I lost 10 inches, so that's quite nice. On one hand, the lady had a machine, my representative had a machine, and it apparently measured your body fat and water percentage. So my water had gone up, which is good because I was more hydrated. The fat percentage had come down dramatically, and my muscle mass had gone up by 7 pounds apparently, so which means that whereas I'd lost 4 pounds of fat, I'd actually gained 7 pounds of muscle. So in which case her argument was I'd actually lost 11 pounds of fat, but obviously I've got no way to prove that. But let's hypothetically say that's true because of the boot camp and whatnot, and that's reflected by the fact I've lost 10 inches, so maybe it is true. So those are the results. And one of the negative results I got is, like I was saying, I did get a cold. Now that might not seem a big deal to some people, but actually I've had another cold since finishing these, and I don't remember the last time I had one, so I've been quite good and not having colds. Other factors to consider in that are the fact that I am going through a lot personally, like for example buying a house, Christmas, a wedding in March, and so someone could argue that it was the stress potentially that caused me to have a cold. However, it is a coincidence that I've got to consider. So there's that. I was pleased with the weight loss, an inch loss, and in my case it was genuine, because I think with this sort of product people tend to lose such a lot of weight because they're also detoxing and losing a lot of water weight during that time, and the detoxing and cleansing of your insides and everything, whereas I wasn't doing that because prior to doing this I'd had Chinese tea for about 2 weeks, and it was one that really made you go. Not to be graphic, I don't want to gross anyone out, but there's no way that any of the weight loss I lost could have been due to detoxing and water weight and sort of a shock to the system that you get. It wasn't like that. Mine was genuine fat, and actually my clothes felt the looser, and it was represented in that. So I think you've got to be careful how much stock you put into it, because though you can lose weight, you've got to balance how much of that is genuine fat loss compared to the other stuff. So I have been on diets before. When I say diet, I've strictly changed before my eating for short periods of time. Things not like, for example, having cereal for breakfast, soup for lunch, and a 600 calorie meal, and sticking to that rigidly with no snacks, with no treats and all of that stuff, with no exercise, and still manage to lose between £4 and £7 a week. So to me, it's no better or worse than any other type of fad diet plan in that respect. In another respect though, some knock-on effects of this is a psychological thing and also a physical, in the sense of I think my stomach has shrunk a bit. But the psychological effects are, for somehow this has kick-started me into thinking I can really do this. And it's given me that self-esteem and confidence to think I can actually lose some weight now, because I'd gotten into such a rut. I hadn't lost any weight since the day after I gave birth. I was weighed the same as I did the day after I gave birth to my daughter when I first started this, because every time I'd lose a few pounds, I'd just put the same two or 3 pounds back on again and yo-yo. So between, well, not yo-yo massively, but yo-yo between 2 to 3 pounds. So it really has helped me in that respect. And before Christmas, since I came off this, I lost more weight, another 3 or 4 pounds. So I was really chuffed. I have put those back on over Christmas, but I've got that confidence that I can lose it again. I've got that confidence that I'm in control of what I'm eating, because I controlled this for 10 days and I did it, even though it was really hard. And I've proven to myself that I can do it. So for that, I really am in gratitude of it. So it depends what kind of result you're looking for. I wanted to kick up the backside, and and I got that, so that's great. So talking about the experience, so the experience of it was I got measured all over before I started it, and the measurement took into account how much water, fat you had in your body, your metabolic age, which did shock me. Mum was quite a lot older than I actually am, and I got the products and the leaflets and everything, read through that, and then started. I thought I would be really, really starving for 2 or 3 days and then it would calm down. That's again what I was told, not just by the rep but by people I know who've done a similar thing. That wasn't the case. I actually felt for 2 or 3 days like, I cannot believe how easy this is. I was like worshipping this product, like I can really feel this non-hungry and still lose weight this quickly. It's fabulous. I thought it was magic. After the 3 days, I started to feel hungry, and I did then feel as though I was starving myself for the last 7 days. Well, I think it was made worse by the fact I was working at work. Colleagues were starting to eat the festive things like mince pies, chocolate biscuits that customers were bringing in and giving us with the thank you cards and all that sort of business. So that did sort of make it worse. But genuinely, I was so hungry that I struggled to sleep really badly. Now, again, there's 2 ways you can look at that. On one hand, I might have needed less sleep because I had more energy and I didn't necessarily feel tired. In fact, if I was that tired, I would have, gone to sleep. So it gave me a lot more energy, I will give it that. But at the same time, I couldn't sleep. It wasn't just like it sorted me out so I only need 6 hours a night. I actually really struggled to even get that much every night. So that's a concern for me. Also, I feel as though it's a lot of physical angst to go through in regards to how I didn't just, it's not just a case of feeling hungry. It's different, I think, to when you feel as though you're starving yourself, and I did feel like that. And I feel like I've done diet plans before, having the same amount of results or better with not that much difficulty, not as much difficulty as this gave me, and as much stress, physical stress as this gave me. I was very touchy, very snappy, so there's that sort of thing as well. So would I do it again? No, I absolutely wouldn't do it again, not even if it was offered to me for half the price. I certainly wouldn't pay £45 to do it again. But at the same time, I wouldn't change the fact I've already done it. If I was given the opportunity to take that back somehow magically, I wouldn't, because I feel like the benefits for the first time are really, really good. I just don't think I've already got that kick up the butt. I've already had that now. So in regards to prolonging the how do you word it, the difficultness of doing this, I don't think I would go through that again, because I feel as though I can continue to lose weight without it. You get a lot of alternatives to this. Well, they seem like alternatives to this, such as, for example, I know Superdrug do their own meal replacement shake, Slim Fast do them, Celebrity Slim, there's a line called that. It's not the same. I have looked at those and tried them, tasted them, owned them, bought them. This is very, very different. It's very high in protein. It's made from beans. You can tell to look at it that it's a completely different texture. You can tell to drink it, it's thick, it's different. You know, I think the meal replacement shakes are concentrating on keeping only a set number of calories going into. This is actually making sure that those calories are high in protein and as low as possible in carbs, which obviously has a positive impact on your health as well, and certainly makes you feel fuller for longer. I don't, if I'd used one of the other meal replacement shakes, I don't think I would have actually managed to stand the 10 days. I was actually worried when I first started this I wouldn't be able to do it, because I failed before trying to do meal replacement diets because of being so hungry. So it must have not been that bad if I did manage to actually do it for 10 days. But on the other hand, you know, it was really bad. I think the only thing I possibly would consider doing again is just having the shake powder, if it was possible to buy it, having that for breakfast, having soup for lunch, so you're still having a liquid lunch, and then having a dinner. I didn't finish all of these tablets, and I won't be. I didn't see the point in those. In regards to fibre, they didn't help at all. I wasn't constipated before I started this at all, and yet this did give me that sort of problem, and I ended up having to take some probiotic capsules in order to help me, because those tablets that come with it weren't doing anything for me. Potentially they could be like a bulking agent in your stomach to make you feel fuller for longer, I don't know, in which case it would be maybe harder to do it without them, I don't know, but I wouldn't want to take those again. I personally would only be interested in buying this separately again, and I don't think you can do that, because I don't see how they would make money from selling this separately. I think the money they make is because obviously the products are not worth anywhere near £45, and it's sold as an experience in regards to the support you can access from your rep, and obviously they take, their commission is very high, or else they wouldn't be doing it. So I'd be careful if you want to try it, because you are lining the pockets of your rep. No matter how much they do want to help people and do want to change lives, and they convey that to you, and how much they believe in it. If they weren't making a profit, they wouldn't be doing it. Let's face it, they want to make money off of you, and you are allowing them to make money off of you by getting this product directly through a rep. So take from that what you will. I'm not going to say, yes, you should do this, you need to do this if you're going to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, try it, or no, definitely don't try it. I just wanted to give you my opinions and thoughts, and give you information on my experience, and then you can decide for yourself if it's something you want to do. So I really I can't remember if I mentioned, sorry, but I did enjoy the flavour of this. I might have already said that, sorry, I can't remember. So yeah, that's everything that I have to say on it. If you have any questions about Herbalife, I'm not a Herbalife representative, I'm not a Herbalife expert, but if you have any questions that you think I might be able to answer in regards to the products, then please feel free to ask me in the comments, and I will make sure to read all of the comments, just as I always do on my videos. So hope you're all having a fantastic 2015 and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!